Hello and welcome to BISP Solutions. So let's begin our Oracle Fusion financials discussions. Okay, so in the previous sessions we have already covered how to create the chart of account structure and how to give the value in value sets and how to deploy the flex field and the importance of the flex field. So in the last session, as we have already discussed about about the importance of the accounting combination. Without making the segments, we are not able to make any accounting combination. So before making any accounting combination, we have to assign the values and in value code and value sets in the key flex field segment and key segment structures. Okay, so now today we will going to understand about the primary ledger. As we have already know what is primary ledger and the importance of the primary ledger. As we all know that primary ledger is the ledger of all the balances of a cost of all of a COA structures, where every balances of every ledger will be comes up in that. Okay, so we have to first make the primary ledger and how we will assign the primary ledger to the business unit and the legal entity. So we will discuss this. Okay, so primary ledger. Okay, so let's begin the our discussion. Okay, so again we have to come in we have to come here. Again we have to come in our project. As we all know how we will be log into our project. So here we know we are following the test implementation project given assigned to the test. Okay, so here in the task list we have to search the primary ledger. Okay, we will search the primary ledger and you will see the task about the manage primary ledgers. Okay, when we click manage primary ledger, here you will see. So when you will see this accounting configuration, it is always in sequence, but we will not go in the sequence. We will be going to the particular task. So we will be here. Okay, so first we will go and manage a primary ledger, where we will create. When you will click on go to task bar, go to task arrow, you will be navigated to add your primary ledger. If suppose we have added a primary ledger, it will be comes up here. Now here you will see the status, that is started or confirm. Okay, so we will see how with this the status will change from the button. Okay, that is the confirmed or error button. So from the add icon we will create a primary ledger. Okay, we will add. Here you will understand about the chart of accounts, importance of the chart of accounts, accounting calendar. In the previous sessions we have created the accounting calendar. Okay, so we will know the creation of accounting calendar will be used here. Okay, so we will give the name test 1 primary ledger. Okay, we'll copy this to the descriptions again. Here the chart of accounts, we, as you all know, we have created the chart of accounts with test 1 accounting flex, accounts flex. So here that accounts flex, now you will be understand the hierarchy. Without creating this name or the chart of accounts, we will not go jump come and comes here on the primary ledger and create. We have to come step by step because the Oracle provide the hierarchy. Okay, so we will select chart of accounts as we have created this test accounting calendar here. Okay, so we will select this. Of course, the currency we are dealing with this US dollar. As I told you, that is enabled, that is seeded role provided. Here the accounting method, we will choose the standard accrual. As I told you in the previous sessions, that the accounting method is the seeded role provided by the Oracle himself. When we click standard, then we will save and close, and our primary ledger is created. Okay, so now before making any business unit or legal entity, we have to create the primary ledger. Okay, without creating up the primary ledger, we will not be able to create the business unit or the legal entity, because we will be unable to assign the balance segment values to legal entities, or we will be unable to assign the legal entities. Okay, so now we see. Okay, here you will see, suppose you will selected the wrong primary ledger. Here you will see again, go to the task icon. Here you will search your primary ledger if we had created. Here you can see that the primary ledger is created. Okay, we will move forward, and here you can see the status as well. Here you will see the status as well of the primary ledger is in process. How we will see this status will be confirmed, we will see in the few seconds, in the few time ahead. Okay, so now our next step is to specify the ledger options. How will we, why we are not assigning legal entities? Because we haven't created any legal entities. So now we move forward, and this is a mandatory option. So first we will complete the mandatory options, then we will move forward to other tasks. Okay, so first we will go and see the first we will specify legal options, ledger options. Okay, when we click go to task, a box will open up here. If we have already a primary ledger, okay, we can manage the primary ledger if we have having a more than. Okay, if we can manage primary ledgers if we have already existing, but we have to specify a ledger options. Why we are using the specify, not managing? Because we are specifying the primary ledger that we have created. Suppose if you are testing any instances, or you are practicing here, you can select for that and you can manage the primary ledger. But if you are selecting this, you can see you have to select this. Okay, so now we will select the primary ledger. So we will create select and add, and will apply go to task. And now we have created the primary ledger. We will search it, and we click. Don't click here and there. You have to click here to assign the primary ledger. Okay, so after clicking your primary ledger account, we will have to click on the 7 close to assign the ledger options to her, and this specify ledger options is created. Now you can see that we have created the general information it is providing. Here you will see that general information about the primary ledger that we have created just now. Okay, you can see the test 1 primary ledger. Here currency we are using USD, of course, and the chart of accounts test 1 accounts flex. So it gives you the information. This is the general information. Here you can see the accounting calendar. Accounting calendar, we just assign the test accounting calendar. Number of future enterable periods, this is the one we have already assigned. If we are assigned the future enterable periods, we will select more than one. And the first open period, as you can see that our first accounting year is January. Okay, so it is when we select the accounting calendar, it is provided directly to this option. So we have selected the first open period. Now here you can see the sub ledger accounting. It is provided normally that we have created in the accounting calendar. Okay, accounting method, it is the standard accrual. Now we have to select the general language which we are going to use. We will select the American language, American English. Okay, US American English, and we now have selected this. Now we have to give the period close. Where the period close accounts, it is mandatory we are giving. If you want to assign or to record any transaction, you can be just give enable suspense general sub ledger accounting. If you want to give the account combination of default suspense account, you can provide here. If you want to give the rounding account, that is rounding option, you can just give this accounting combination here. Okay, so now we will provide the retained earnings account here. So now we will select. So suppose we have selected the test 1 department. Okay, we will select the test 1 department, that will be a say finance department. Okay, and a test 1 intercompany we want to give, we just give the default one. Okay, the test 1 company we will provide a test a plastic company. Okay, test 1 account we want to give here. Now how this amount accounts are come here, as you all know, in the previous session we are unable to see see in the account segment that we are unable to see the managed values of these accounts. So here in this case we are able to see this. Okay, so we will select the retained earnings account. So we will search advance, we can search it anywhere, we can search it right this, the retained earnings. We can just click this retained and we can see, and here is come retained earnings, and we will just select this. The project we will select the default one. Okay, so this is the combination is, so we just click on OK, and you see that the retained earning accounts comes up here. Okay, so this is how we will create the primary ledger. When we click save and close, and you see that we specify the ledger options, that is the test 1 primary ledger test 1. Okay, so now the next step is come here again, which is the important step, is that review and submit accounting configuration. Okay, so now we have to review and submit the accounting configuration. Now we will just review and submit. When we click on the go to task options, okay, here you see the test one, you have to click here. You can see the test status is confirmed, that a primary ledger is running good. Okay, so this is the status is confirmed that our primary ledger is running well and good. Okay, so we just click on here, without you don't have to click. If you click here, you will go to the test 1 primary ledger, where at the primary ledger we have created, it will give you the options. We have to assign it. You click anywhere instead of this and click on submit, and you say the create accounting configuration process has been submitted. When you click on OK, and you can see this, that it is assigned the primary ledger here. Okay, so this is how the primary ledger accounts has been created. Okay, so now we move forward and we will create a legal entity. Okay, legal entity. So remember, we can create n number of business unit. Okay, one business unit can be of various legal entity, but one legal entity can be of only one business unit. Okay, so we have to remember it. We can create many legal entities, but it will be assigned to only one business unit, but we can create one business unit is equals to one legal entity. Okay, so now we will create the legal entity. As I already told you about the legal entity, that legal entity is an entity which is enforceable by law of that country. There is an identifier number or the tax number and many identification unique number provided by the company, by the country laws and regulation and the taxes. Okay, so this is how we will create the legal entity. But before we create the legal entity, we have to create the legal address. Okay, before creating the legal entity, we have to create the legal address. Then after that we can create the legal entity. So again, on the task option, we will just type the legal address and we can navigate it there from here. Okay, so here you will see the manage legal addresses. Okay, so Here when we click on manage legal addresses, here we will see the mandatory option is already is about the manage legal addresses. Okay, when we click on the go to task button and we will go to the go to task, here you will see if we have already created any legal addresses about this here we will just have to search it right there. Okay, now we will create the legal address. We will select the add icon and we will give the legal address. We will just give test we will first we will first select from the postal code and search it down. From here the postal code is of 4. We will search it, so we will give the 4. It is having a various data, so it takes time. Let's select the 6. So this is all the United States. So we will track Rolling Meadows Cook. Okay, we will click on OK and we give test 1 legal address, so we can easily be find it. Okay, so you can see test 1 legal address is the address line number 1, and the rolling meters is the city, IL is the state, postal code, and county is the cook. When we click OK, and you will see that our legal address has been created, and we click save and close. Okay, why will create the legal address? Of course, before creating any legal entity we have to create the legal address. Okay, okay, so now we will go and create a legal entity. Okay, of course before creating any entity we have to be there, we have to create any premises at the particular address. So now we will create the legal entity. Okay, now here when you click on legal entity, so much of information is there, but we are using right now only manage legal entity. When we click manage legal entity, here it will assign us here. When we click go to task, and now we will create again search legal entities, is for that we have already created a legal entities but we haven't assigned, we have didn't manage the legal entities that is already created. Suppose we have created any legal entities and we want to assign the legal entity to this project under this user, we will just search it and assign it. But now we will create new and we will go apply and go to task. Okay, here you can see there n numbers of legal entities are available. Okay, so now we will create the legal entities. From the add-on icon we will create a legal entity. Here you can see the current is already there. We have to give the name test 1 legal entity. The legal entity identifier can be of any random numbers. Start date, and it is saying when this legal entity is started and when this closed. It is not mandatory feature, so we will not add any here. And you can see the identifying jurisdiction, that is the United States income tax, so we are following the United States income tax. So legal address, what is the legal address? We have just created the legal address. Okay, so it is automatically will come up here. Okay, let's search it down. The site is getting slow, so we will be just hoping that it will stay. Here this is we have created test 1 legal address Rolling Meadows IL 60008 Cook. So we will assign this legal address. Place of registration is not important. Here the check, here these two options are unchecked, that is the payroll statutory unit and the legal employer. Why this? We don't know whether we are going to do the payroll statutory unit or the legal employer thing. We have to select it whether we are going or not. Okay, so we will just check it. EIN or TIN number, we will assign him any random numbers to this. Again, legal reporting unit registration number, we will just assign the legal address of 10 units, and we click save and close. Okay, So we have just now created a legal entity. Okay, why it is not assigned? Let's see. Let's go apply and go to task. We will see a legal entity. This is a legal entity. We click on legal entity. As just we have created in the primary ledger, we will select save and close. Okay, and we click save and close, and you can see that test one legal entity has been assigned. It will be assigned there, but it's because of some any error it is not assigned there, so we have added again. If you, in case you are doing any rapid implementation that we will know in the coming sessions, you can assign it right here. Okay, so this is how the legal entity is created. Now we have to assign this legal entity to a primary ledger. How will we will assign these legal entity to this? So we will go again on the assign legal entity. We will just search it legal entities, and you can see there is an option there is a task assign legal entities. When we click on legal entities, we will just come up here as we already come up on this task about the manage primary ledger. If you come through primary ledger, this option will also come up here. Okay, here I will show you here. So now from this we will just click assign legal entities first. Okay, because if we don't assign the legal entities to a primary ledger, the Oracle will not understand that this legal entity and the primary ledger is of same. Then we will not be able to see the balances of a COA. Okay, so we have to assign this legal entity. When we click on go to task, here we will search test. Sorry, here we will assign from here. We will click on add button and we click on test and search it. Here you can see, and we click on apply and done. And now here you can see this, the legal entity is comes up here, the legal identifier number and time zone here. When we click save and close, so we will see this assign legal entities. We assigned a primary ledger to these legal entities. Okay, so now the next step is come to assign balancing segment value to legal entity. Why we are assigning the balancing segment values to legal entities? Because suppose we have a test one legal entities. Okay, but the balancing segment values is just given of 1000, 2000, 3000 on the combination. So how will this understand the balancing of our code? Okay, how this we will understand our code? Okay, so we will just click on assigning balancing segment values to legal entities. We just go to the task, and here we will assign it. We will click here, you can see that we have this value, say chart of accounts and primary ledger and view. We will click on add button and we will see the legal entity we have provided in the company's variation. Okay, when you click on here, you will see the 1000 values we have provided. We will click save and assign other. We will see we have again having this. We will click iron description and we will click for the third and we select save and close. And here you can see that we will, as we already assign, it means, this means here that all the value balancing segment values to legal entities balances of particular this code, so it will be directly captured it from here. Okay, then we will click save and close and we move forward. Okay, so this is how balancing segment values is assigned to the legal entities. Okay, So this is how we will create the balancing, so this primary ledger and legal entities. Now the next thing is comes up here. Okay, that is assign a primary ledger to data access set to users. Okay, when we create the primary ledger, okay, the system automatically create the data access set. Why? When we create the primary ledger, we give the GL roles. Okay, so how the GL roles will comes up to a project or to a legal entities. So this is, so when you will assign any role to a user, we have to give the data access user. This is a type of two steps. Without two steps, without two tiers, we will not be able to assign the user any role. Okay, so we have to first assign the roles from the IT security council, and then we have to assign those roles to the data access set from the data access set for users. Okay, so now we will give the data access set roles to the user. Okay, so we will click on done and we move to IT security. Okay, tools security council. We have to first give the role, then we have to go and assign those roles to data access set. Okay, I will just search click on test one. This is our display name. Here we have only provided two roles. Now we will click on edit and click on add roles. Okay, so the two roles we are going to give him. Why we are giving these roles? We are giving him the roles to record the general and to record the general entries and to post the uh, general. Okay, so we have to assign these roles. Okay, these are the set roles by the Oracle. First role we will give him the general accounting manager. We see, you can see here two roles are giving GL general accounting manager job or Aura GL general accounting manager. We, as we have already discussed, that we have to select the Aura GL general accounting Aura to assign a role. If we provide the GL, the configuration is not work as we expected. Okay, so we'll select this and add. The now next role we will provide him is the general accountant. Again we will select Aura. Okay, now the next role we will provide him the controller. We are giving these roles to control the invoice, the payment, sorry, no, to record the general, to see the periods, to see the reporting. That's why we are giving these generals. And now when you click on the GL controller, here you can see no Aura, only GL. So we have to select the GL. We don't click select this Australia primary ledger, Belgium primary ledger. It will not be work as we want. Okay, so we will add this role also to this member. The next role we will provide is that financial analyst. Here the Aura is provided, then we will select the financial analyst. We will add this. Then the next comes up is chief financial officer. So no Aura is provided, then we will select this and we add. And here you can see we have provided the 5 roles to here. Okay, then we click save and close. So this is the first step we have done, assigning the GL role. So as I told you, whenever we assign roles, we have to do the LDAP. Okay, before LDAP we have to do another step to assign these roles to this user. The what is the second is to give access, data access for users. So again from the our implementation project, we will do from our manage implementation projects. Okay, we will give data access for users. Here manage data access for users, and here you will see manage data access for users. When you click on the go to task action, here you will see, and you will just give a test. name. Okay, and we search it. Here you will see the name that we provided. Okay, so this is the roles we have provided, but right now we haven't provided any data access set. Okay, so we will just create the data access of these five. Okay, what is the username? The username is test1. What is the role we are providing him? Okay, these five roles we are providing. Chief Financial Officer, we will give data access set here. Security context value is a PL. Okay, so now you can duplicate make it, and you have to edit, or you clear it, or you have to edit. You don't have to save and close and comes up again. You can here just rightly add it. Okay, now you will provide him. Okay, again data access set, we have to do this task 5 times. Okay, okay, so we will give him this 5, and we click save and close. Now after this we have to perform the LDAP. Okay, so we will again from the navigation, again under the tool schedule process, we have to schedule new process LDAP. You have to write the LDAP here and just put the tab button, and you will see the retrieve LDAP latest changes. You click OK. You can see synchronize roles, users roles and role granted with definitions in LDAPs. Okay, we'll click OK. Okay, and we will okay, there is something problem. Let's again schedule it. Okay, submitted. Again submitted. Let's hold on a minute. Again from the tools, scheduled process, schedule new process, and LDAP. Okay, okay, we will create a duplicate tab, and let's see, we have to assign this. Without this we will not be able to see. Okay, sometimes this is the testing side, so sometimes it's happen. Okay, okay, let's relog in it. Okay, let's relog in it. So after performing the LDAP, right now I think some error is going on. So let's hold on a minute. So what happens after this? Let's see, or we will see this if it happens or not. If doesn't happen, then we will see tomorrow. Okay, so when you will perform the LDAP and you perform the new process, if then after this process you will be able to see the general accounting option will come up here, and we will be able to write as the general or open periods. Okay, after this. Okay, let's see if it is going again or not. Then we will see tomorrow. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, there is some error is going on, so we will see what is happening there. So I will share you the screenshots or something. Tomorrow we will just do the LDAP function, then we will continue tomorrow, and we will go in the tomorrow session. We will do how to open the GL periods and how to create a general accounting. Okay, and for the related task. Okay, so and we will see how the accounts combination is being made. So we will continue tomorrow. Just give a last time if this happens or not. Okay, no worries, we will see that tomorrow, and I hope it will work tomorrow. So thank you for joining this, and we will see you in the next session.